Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Vincent Prince of SoundCloud, SoundClick. It's getting dusk out here, I guess. And you guys, I guess you're tired of talking about the Super Bowl, how fake the NFL is. Uh, I may be tired of talking about this. I'm not really tired of talking about the Super Bowl, but as far as the NFL being fake, I can never get tired of it simply because there are so many people who really believe, like they choose to not believe and just they choose to not believe and ignore everything that tells them that it's fake. And the fun part is when they want to argue the point. They want to come up with some arbitrary facts and then tell you to come up with some arbitrary facts. And as if we are in a court of law. And I'm like, yo, I'm just a dude sitting on this porch making videos. I'm not really going all out to try to prove to you that it's fake. That's not my mission. My mission is simply, I just like talking about it. I don't watch it. I just like talking about it. So when I don't watch hardly any of it, but I watch like reruns of games and stuff like that when certain things happen. And I want to say this, as far as the people who are actually playing the game, the players playing the game and don't know, I feel sorry for those guys. And one of those people is Julio Jones. I'm going to say that because I truly believe that Julio Jones is not a part of the system. Not yet. And the reason why I say that is because he played his ass off. He and for what I know, he's been playing his ass off all year. And when you put that much effort into something, and then have your own teammate Matt Ryan throw it away, it's and make it obvious that they're throwing it away. What do you do with that? And kids out here making noise. So I'm gonna let them. My neighbor's kids out there having fun, beating on drums. But Julio, what do you like? What do you do with that information? Like as far as Julio Jones, and all the rest of the players who are out there who really think it's real, that's who I think is affected mostly because they put so much time, effort, and money into playing, and of course they're getting paid a lot. But nonetheless, when you look at the lifespan of these players, an injury can cut you short. They have families, they have houses, you know what I mean? Some of them send their kids to private schools because now they can afford it, but $10,000 a month, you know what I'm saying? I mean, to keep up with that financial pace, we're not including, the what is it, the 32, 33% tax bracket that you're thrusted into. What is the lowest amount that a bench warmer gets paid? It's like $250,000. It's a little over that, like 285, almost 300,000. So that immediately puts you into middle America. You know what I'm saying? That puts you, being that it's over 250,000, that thrusts you right into a higher tax bracket, which I think is around 30, 31. Nonetheless, when you hit the millions, you're in the 32, 33%. So $1 million, you're only gonna get maybe 700,000. I don't even think that. You'll get 640, maybe, thousand out of that, and that's cool for somebody who doesn't see it coming. But when you start living that life, driving nice cars and when your house is a 5 bedroom and everybody and your mother lives there and all of them are dependent on you. Like they had one player, he was a single dude who's playing. He bought his sisters a house and he bought his mother a house. He was paying for all of their houses, and then he acquired a wife. And the wife was like, why are you paying for all these houses? Like, eventually, this money is going to run low because, the NFL is what it is. It can happen at any time. So he was listening to his wife, which he should have. And his wife was like, yo, we cutting them off. Like, give them so much money, but tell them they got to go out and, do for this. And the mom, I think he was like, yo, mom can live with me, but as far as the crib is concerned, I'm cutting all that off because he was losing thousands and thousands like every minute. So when he did that, his mom and the two sisters came to his house trying to fight the wife. He had to lock them out. Like, it's real, people. You know what I'm saying? So I feel sorry for the people as far as who are really invested and divested into the NFL and go so far and then, boom, like it's all over. Three plays predicted that whole game. They could have stopped him. And I don't mean to keep going back to the Super Bowl, but the point it's just the point that there's people who are pulling strings, and you're putting forth all this effort, and you don't even know that these people are pulling your strings, and then when you find out, you kind of don't want to believe it, and it's like, okay, well, I'm getting paid millions of dollars to do this. Yeah, you're getting paid millions of dollars to do it until you're not. What is the end game? What is the end? The end game is to get to the Super Bowl, get those rings. I mean, yeah, you're making decent pay. You're making good pay. You know what I'm saying? You're making more than any regular person is. But when all that money runs out, you're trying to do what? Get into the Hall of Fame. You're trying to, what I'm saying? And another thing, you're trying to get your numbers up. You're trying to keep your numbers up. Because let's look at Darrelle Revis. One of the reasons why Darrelle Revis is so important because he's a shutdown corner. Okay? Or at least he was. Namdi Asamoah was trying to, come along those ranks. But nonetheless, Darrelle Revis, he was the man. He was the shutdown corner. So he was getting paid all kind of money. That's why he was jumping from team to team to team. Well, that's almost over with. Darrelle Revis is an older gent now. I mean, he still can do his thing, but I mean, he's no Richard Sherman. You know what I'm saying? Richard Sherman is probably the face of shutdown corner right now. And that's just the truth. But nonetheless, so when Darrelle leaves the game, Darrelle kind of reminds me of who was that? Who was that? Shoot. I could see his face. He was a wide receiver, was in the NFL, played for the Cowboys, played for San Francisco, played for life. He actually tried to come back, but he had all the talent except he couldn't see correctly. It wasn't Randy Moss. It was the number 3 uh, wide receiver of all time, Terrell Owens. Nonetheless, he's still physically strong, but he can't see the ball coming. It's too fast now. He can't catch the ball. But nonetheless, Darrelle Revis kind of reminds me of that because of his longevity into the game. However, you know, Terrell Owens spent all his money on baby mamas and some of his babies he hasn't even seen, and lawyers, and now he's doing stupid commercials just to make money. But Darrell Revis, you know what I'm saying, he's made a lot of coin is what I'm saying. Now he's got a Super Bowl ring with the Pats, I think. He might have got more than one. But when you look at that longevity, that isn't normal is what I'm going with this. It isn't normal to see people in the NFL that long. They just don't last that long. I give the majority of them 5 years, and it's a done deal. So you know what I'm saying as far as the money and all that is concerned. So what you're trying to do is get into the NFL, go big and go home. That's what you're really trying to do. And when you can't do that because somebody's messing. Yeah.